My name is Jennifer, and I'm here on Jiggaset Radio.
Well, you seen that on the internet? No, I was listening to Jiggaset. Oh, I be listening to every show, keeping me all in the know on Jiggaset Radio. Well, you seen that on the internet? No, I was listening to Jiggaset. Oh, I be listening to every show, keeping me all in the know on Jiggaset Radio.
Welcome to Jiggaset Radio, y'all. We are back again in the lab. We talking to people that's influencing people. You know, Jiggaset Radio. You know how we do. And today we are here with someone that I had to pull teeth to get on the show. Yes.
Already make me sound famous. That's it. That's it. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm here for that.
Yeah, we're gonna attack that famousness here in a second. But y'all, welcome to the show, Jennifer.
Wait, say it again. Say my name again like that. Like that one more time.
Welcome to the show, Jennifer.
I appreciate that.
I have to put a little, is that like a run?
Right.
Like a little roll?
I'm here for that because most of the time people want to shorten my name and call me Jen, which I don't do that if I don't know you.
No, you're not giving me Jen from the block.
Right. Or it's Jessica and sometimes even Stephanie. I don't know how we get Stephanie from Jennifer, but yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about the non-Stephanies in the room because it's only a Jennifer in the room, not a Stephanie.
Thank you.
Or Jen on the block. So, welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you. Again, we had to pull teeth, y'all, to get her on here. Yeah. Mainly because, you know, she was a little shy. But Inebriation Station, shout out to the drinks that was pre-made. You know, it's giving Kool-Aid vibes. It's giving actually her birthstone vibes.
Hey, Aquamarine.
Aquamarine?
Yes, because it's officially Pisces season. Don't ask me when it started. I just know I'm in it.
I'm ready for it to end. So
why you gotta talk about Pisces like that?
Because it's not Capricorn. All right, so
whatever. I got 2 Capricorns at home, as a matter of fact. So never mind.
Shout out to Capricorns. We end the we will edit that part out because people like to hate on people. I don't understand why. Jesus. Pray about it.
Cap.
Oh,
Cap,
they didn't have to do you like that. They gonna talk about you like that. Why you here?
It seems like it's a lot of it's gonna be a lot of editing in this episode because it's a lot of haters in this room.
I see. No.
I welcome the haters because they do not define me. Okay,
I like it.
I define me. I'm the best version of me. So let's talk about you. Now we're done talking about me. Let's talk about you. So let's tell the world about you. Who is Stephanie / Jennifer?
You threw me off. I was going to be like, who the fuck is Stephanie? My bad. So Jennifer is a mom. Mm-hmm. She is a co-parent. I feel like that's important.
That is very
she is a creative.
Oh, nice.
She is intuitive. Mm-hmm. She is a healer. Mm-hmm. She is a brand visual strategist.
Nice.
I feel like I do all of the things right now.
Your
and
head is heavy from all the hats you wear.
Yes, and I didn't expect that at all. Like, not at all.
Okay.
I feel like when I was younger, I didn't really know who I was. And I talk about this all the time. And I said I want to do a TED Talk about it. I don't know when I'm actually going to fill out the application for a TED Talk, but I need to. But just talk about the differences in what it's like to grow up with white people and be a Black person and not understanding that you are different, but not knowing why you're different, but you can still feel that. And so as you try to develop and understand who you are, it's within the gaze of white people. And so you think that something is wrong with you. And especially I can say for me, I thought that something was wrong with me. At first I thought, oh, well, maybe I'm just a nerd. And so this is why I'm getting treated this way. Right. But once I got older, I was like, oh, all this shit was because I was Black. Oh, okay. And then after understanding that there's a certain level of Blackness that is required of me as a Black person to have, then going through the journey of what does that level of Blackness look like for me? because I've been told for the longest time, you sound like a white girl. And then the first one that's my favorite was, you sound suburban. And I'm like, I know, but I can't do anything about that. Like, I don't know how I sound.
Right.
And then if I go somewhere and I hit you with all the ebonics and the slang, and officially now we're calling it AAVE, you're going to look at me like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? Why she sound like that?
Run that back. What is an AAVE?
African American Vernacular, and I don't know what the E stands for, but that's what we're officially calling it instead of ebonics.
What?
Yes. So you know how instead,
Take my black card.
so like instead in like you know how us we fuck it us as Black people, how we talk to each other, like instead of using is, we use be. Like, how you be.
Yeah.
But there is a part of our community that literally only understands language in that way.
Right.
And you have to talk to them in that way, because if you talk to them any other way, it's not going to resonate.
Gotcha.
And so calling that a language as a collective, because we all use it, whether we're trying to or not,
Right.
but it's understanding like this is the language that we've developed for ourselves as Black people, and it's okay for us to use it. We don't have to be in these white spaces code switching and talking again. Hi, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to. We don't have to talk like that.
Yes.
Like if I want to come in a boardroom and be like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
I'm finna fucking say what's up. Right.
Let the drink use you.
Right. Wait, let me move it away from the equipment, because I don't want to get in trouble for that either.
Oh, no, you're fine.
But yes, but thinking about things like that, like that's what I had to go through, like understanding that I don't sound like the typical Black person, understanding that white people see me as Black people see me as the Black girl who wants to be white, and then trying to balance that out of, I can't help how I grew up, what I learned, the environment that I was in, but now it's even more so important for me to embrace who I am as a Black person, who I am as a Black woman. That's part of the reason that my business went through a rebrand of, I used to be Nicole Designs. Nicole is my middle name. I design. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Right.
But what I noticed is that there aren't a lot of Black women-owned creative agencies that showcase us as Black women and or Black people, because I'm thinking about how I feel about making it Black folks.
Yeah.
But that doesn't show us living luxurious and abundantly. We're always looking like we struggle, like we're having a hard time, and we're out here and we're millionaires.
Yes.
And they don't want us to be.
Yes.
There's so many things in place that stop us from being millionaires, but we're still doing it anyway.
Right.
And that needs to be seen and celebrated and appreciated, that we came over here, we built this motherfucking country.
Yes.
Y'all not finna stop us from getting this fucking money.
Right.
Y'all gonna have to move out the way.
Right.
That is what I learned from growing up in white spaces and moving into Black spaces.
Okay.
Is, oh, okay, well, you Black. Our parents, and I'm gonna be frank, our parents are probably using nigga, because I got called a nigga in the 3rd grade by a white person.
Wow.
And I knew it was wrong. And I came home and I told my mom, and she was like, hello? Someone up at this school done called my child a nigger with the hard ER.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
gonna need y'all to come fix this shit, because we're not doing this.
Right.
And so I'm just like, I know this isn't a word I'm supposed to be called, but I didn't do anything else with it. And so once I got away from being around white people and I got immersed in Black culture, it's like, okay, I really need to know what this means for me, because in my head, I'm thinking I'm just like everybody else I go to school with.
Right.
And then realizing like, oh, I'm not.
Right.
And y'all know I'm not, but I don't know I'm not.
So, since you have went through those experiences on the Caucasian and African American side, what would you say, which side, if you were to identify one side, which one shows more love, support in like your line of work? Like, have you noticed which, I guess, genre of people would be able to support you more? Have you noticed a difference in support?
I've had a couple of white clients. I'm trying to think. I think it was 2. I think they were very nice. They were very welcoming, but I feel like overall as a people, I get more love from Black people in general.
Okay.
I think just because that's who we are at our core,
Right.
we are people who like to be in community and embrace our community and share with our community. So I would say it's more Black people than it is white people. But I also think that's some of that's a part of the culture of design. And that's another reason why I'm so focused on making sure that I am a Black woman in design, because I don't see that either. It's like I see a lot of white creative agencies. And the one thing that I tell people all the time is when you decide that you want to become a bigger brand and you go into these spaces like Target or Sephora or Walmart, there's the potential that they're going to see your brand and want to change it. And they're going to hire a white creative agency to make changes to a Black owned brand. And then your brand is going to look completely different from what you envisioned and also be appealing to white culture and not Black culture. And we have buying power. We show up all the time. Like every time I think about Black Panther, we showed up and showed out. I feel like people went 5, 6, 7 times.
Right.
And they did not expect for that to happen.
Right.
So to me, that's proof that we have the buying power.
Right.
So leave our brands alone. Let our brands be our brands because they resonate for the people in our community. And you don't have to do anything. The money is going to come. Unfortunately, sometimes a part of our culture as Black folks, we will go broke for shit. Yeah. And not like the Beyonce tickets. Like them hoes was $1,600 and folks was joking about like, I ain't gonna pay my rent, but I'm gonna go see Beyonce. That's stupid. That's stupid. And you know it is. Yeah. But it's also Beyonce. Yes, Beyonce. Guess I'm gonna be homeless for a month. So I go see Beyonce. Like, I mean, I get it. I'm a Beyonce fan, but it still shows we will buy and we will show up when it's presented to us in a way that resonates with us. Right.
So we talked about branding.
Can you hold for a second? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I figured that music wasn't loud enough to get into the mic. So we talked about branding for a second, and of course, you being the queen of branding.
I like that one too. I'm gonna add that to my profile, queen of branding.
You can have
okay,
it.
Thank you.
You can have it for free.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
The queen of branding. Jennifer is in the house, y'all. You talked about a plethora of things when you did your introduction. You said the parenting side. Mm-hmm. And so let's talk about you parenting. Mm-hmm. Now, what joys or woes have you had for parenting? And it's okay. You're in the same space. They looked it up. Yeah. Let's talk about parenting. How has that been for you?
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
Because I've got 2 people who have their own personalities. They are completely different from me in some ways.
Are they Capricorns?
Yes. Wow. One is my daughter is born January 8th, and my son is born January 13th. Yes. Yes. So I have 2 Capricorns.
Throw the host away.
No, throw all the other signs away. Okay. Shout out to Capricorns. So,
does that count as you being on the floor? Does that count?
No, but real close. I was going down. Like Mary J. Blige said. Okay, so co-parenting has been a joy. Now, how have you been able to integrate that into your work? Like just having the joys of parenting. Is there any correlation there? Just seeing like a life that's so small and innocent, and knowing your background and the biracial background and all that stuff. Have you been able to identify pieces of your work or just find inspiration from your parenting and funneling into your work? Have you been able to do that correlation yet?
Hell no. No. I think if anything though, me being creative and having my own business pushes me to teach my children that they can be anything that they want.
There you go.
My son really likes Legos, like for real. Like making Lego shit all motherfucking day.
Yes. And it's a Capricorn, we do that.
Yes,
we like critical thinking.
Yes. Oh my God, that is him.
Yes.
Just not gonna let this Capricorn shit go.
As long as I'm alive, I'm not gonna let it go. Right.
Somebody, hand me my bag. You can fix this real quick.
Ooh. Yeah.
No, I don't want to be caught in between that. I'm gonna scoot over.
Because you're going to be out of camera angle.
Okay.
Great aim.
But yeah, he loves Legos. Like, he made me a Lego Michael Jackson,
That's amazing.
and he just made it from looking at pictures of Michael Jackson.
We're so smart.
Right. So I'm like, okay, you really like Legos. I can't stand Legos because them hoes is complicated and they make my brain hurt. But because I'm creative and I know that's his way of being creative, I'm like, let me encourage this. He also draws very well. And that's something that I guess it's in our DNA because my grandpa used to draw.
Okay.
My cousin draws. So I had this moment of having a real moment of that crazy ass nigga had her painting in Candyman and didn't tell nobody. And it came across her stories and I messaged her like, so you're not going to tell nobody your art is in a movie?
Yeah.
I was just, they just wanted it. So I sold it.
Gotcha.
Bitch,
Wow.
you're in a movie.
Yeah.
But he draws. And then my daughter is who I thought I was externally, but I'm not. I'm very introverted, but she is very full of life. I want to do everything, anything. That she's like really, really super gangster, and it scares me.
Just the gangster. For me.
Yes, because I remember one time over the summer they were in camp and somebody made fun of her shoes, and I was like, "Well, are you okay? How do you feel?" She said, "I'm not worried about him making fun of my shoes. If he gonna keep talking about people, all he gonna have is his brother as a friend."
Ooh.
I said, "Oh,
Yes. I'm
okay.
here. Look if you buck.
Right." I was like,
Look if you buck.
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you handled that at 7. Thank you. I'm glad you're okay. So her, I don't have to worry about. She likes to sing, dance, makeup, dolls, all types of imaginary stories with dolls. Like the babies will be all on the bed. And I think like last week, it was all like a gift giving celebration. So she took the time to wrap up books in tissue paper and then act like the dolls were passing them along to each other and unwrapping them. So yes, this is how she's creative. I really want to get her in dance, but she's trying to act like she's like, I don't know if I really want to do that or not. And I'm like, you like to dance. I see you dancing all the time.
Does mommy like to dance?
Mommy does like to dance.
Okay. Is it like a I'm gonna go to like Broadway dance, or is this like like if a song come on, I'm about to like scrub the ground?
It's the latter. I'm gonna scrape the ground. One of my friends from college, she gets on to me because one of my favorite songs that I'd always dance to whenever we would go out would be Freak a Leak. Like whenever that song would play, I'd be on the ground.
Okay. Well, we seen you on the ground last time. And it wasn't even your interview.
It was funny. I don't even know what it was, but it was funny.
I love to make people laugh. I love to be able to create that energy, that environment for people. So no worries. You're not in the wrong for that. Yeah. But I just wanted to know, I wanted to see because you said you were an introvert. And I'm an introvert too. People say, no, you're not. I am. I turn it on when I need to and I turn it off when I don't need
Same.
to. See? So that makes me an introvert. See, guys? Oh, well, omnivert. I'm an omnivert. Okay?
Yes.
That means, situational.
Yes. Understood.
Right.
Understood. Yes.
So, being an introvert, do you feel that element has allowed you to be more focused, less focused? Have you made more opportunity or be able to create more opportunities, or you miss opportunities because you're an introvert, you're in your own world? Do you feel that element affects your design process, your creativity?
I feel like it's a mixture of both. I think being introverted, I'm able to focus, but sometimes to my detriment because I can sit in front of the computer for like hours at a time and just design and not come up for air, not eat, damn near not go to the bathroom because I'm trying to finish this and my mind is there and I want to make sure that I get it done so that when I'm done, I don't have to come back to it. I'm satisfied with it. It looks good to me. It's time for me to give it to the client.
Right.
I think the other part of being introverted that's hard, especially being in the design business, is I have to get out here and promote myself and talk to people and get people to know I'm the shit.
Yes.
And I say this, I guess
humbly so.
Yes. I say this to a lot of people, and right now I'm thinking about, I say this to Mike all the time. Like if I really, 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 really wanted to flex, I could, but I can't because I don't want to be that person.
Yes.
And so like when I think about all the clients that I've had and the people that I've worked with, and I can say like, I'm your designer's favorite designer, but you don't even know. You don't even know, because I can't do that.
Right.
Because it's like, it's more so about the work and having the opportunity to be able to have the work than it is to be out here promoting myself and saying I'm the greatest designer ever.
Yes.
Like even over the summer, I was like, what year are we in? In 2022, I did a conference design for Amazon. Like that's a big deal.
That's
like
a big
it's
deal.
fucking Amazon. Like,
Yes.
and like no problem with payment. Amazon.
Of course not.
Yes.
The emphasis on
Yes. I didn't get, can you, I need it in, no, it's like, here's the whole amount that you asked for.
No deposits.
No.
Straight to
No.
end of payment.
Yes. And I was like, whoa, okay.
Yes.
And then I make, sometimes when you make things, you get caught up in like what you're making
Right.
and not what it's going to look like when it's finished.
Yeah.
So I'm making everything. And I think the hardest thing I had to make was, they're called Luna lights. I ain't never made nothing like that in my fucking life. And so it was taking a design and putting it on light boxes and making the pattern move across the entire light box.
Okay.
And so when you put it, like the light boxes probably look like they're stacked like that.
Yeah.
And so you have to put the design on it so that the way that they're stacked, it comes together and makes one big image.
Oh, wow.
I ain't never done that shit before in my life, but I did.
Yes.
And it looked beautiful.
Yes.
And so when I saw it, I'm up there like, oh my God, I made this whole conference. It's all my shit everywhere. Ah!
What was it? One more time.
That was literally how I felt on the inside.
Don't call 911. Shit in danger. Her sobriety's in danger, but she ain't.
Right. I was like, oh my God, this is shit I made. Look at my shit. And but on the outside, yes, thank you. But on the outside, I'm like, yeah, it came out good, right?
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
You better put your Becky voice on.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what we're gonna call it, Becky.
The Becky voice.
Becky's so cool.
With the good or bad hair?
Oh.
The nappy hair. Becky with the nappy hair. Y'all shut up.
No. I was gonna say, I was like, but does Becky really have good hair at this point?
Have we ever? We did see Becky. Did we see Becky? Becky was revealed. Did she have good hair?
Who? Wait.
Was it Pantene? Was it giving Pantene or Shea Butter?
It was definitely giving Pantene.
Oh.
Pro V.
It's a flyer for me.
I didn't see Becky. I feel like I gotta take back. I said I'm a Beyonce stan because I ain't see her at all. At all. I heard she was supposed to be this one lady whose initials start with an R and end with an R. I heard, I heard that might be who it could be. But she do have some good hair though.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, that one did.
Like, she probably sell it too to black
Right.
people.
I see. Why are you trying to get me canceled? And my audience is black women.
You're not getting canceled.
No,
trust me.
and you know how much we love hair.
Production will not let either one of us get canceled.
Okay.
You're good. So
Okay.
shout out to
I'm not
that.
gonna let you get canceled.
Thank you.
Hold on, I take my little trumpet back. Would you say you? What about me?
We already know I ain't gonna let you get canceled, because if you get canceled, motherfucker, I get canceled.
No, you gonna be producing her show next.
Well,
Speak it.
Okay.
I said I was gonna come here.
Gotcha,
So
bitch.
I could.
I knew there was another ulterior motive.
I said that because you have made this space, you and Ro have made this space so beautiful. It's like I need to really actually have a podcast because it's stuff that I want to talk about, and I need to do something with that. I just haven't said nothing yet to y'all. My bad.
No,
today.
Yeah, right. You're right.
So that is amazing to hear, because this space for those that don't know, podcasts are a form of therapy.
Right.
Honestly, because when it's something about getting on this mic and it's right in front of you, it's like, tell your truth in here and let it transmit to the computer so we can play it back later.
Right.
So you can be held accountable.
Right.
And there's people in the room or when they hear this, that's going to call you out on your bullshit.
Right.
Right. And so it's always better to just be your most authentic self when you're in front of the mic, because it's just you and your truth.
Yeah.
Realistically, this mic is just a catalyst to your truth. So it's just going to help you. It's going to aid you in revealing it and in the libations as well. Yeah. Mainly the libations. It will give you the quote unquote liquid courage for you to do or say what's on your heart.
So what you're saying is I need to come in here and get fucked up and just talk into this microphone.
Say it again, but say it again as Becky.
So what you're saying is that I need to come in here and get chocolate lace.
Got it. That counts as on the floor.
I was counting it. Man, you got me. Because I'm like, all the years that I spent listening to that shit grates my nerves now.
Which part?
Listening to white women talk like that. Like, it bothers my whole entire spirit. It bothers your spirit. And I'm like, please stop. You don't have to do that. It's enough.
So you kind of answered one of my other questions that I had for you, which was, maybe I didn't. Mm-hmm. I still ask it anyway. What was one of your greatest accomplishments? Do you feel like just like, that's my shit? Like, was it the Amazon thing, or was it something else that might have been on a smaller scale as far as a client, but like made a big deal to you? Like, was Amazon the big breakthrough one, or was there another moment in time?
I'm trying to think, because I feel
it could be multiple ones.
Yeah, because I feel like if I'm really, really honest, I think anybody coming to me and entrusting me with their vision makes me feel that way. Okay. Because it's like they're giving me the honor of taking something that's inside of their head and like putting it on paper for the whole world to see. Yeah. And it's like, I really have to get to know the person that I am making designs for in order for that to come out. And for me, every single time that I make something and my client goes, oh my God, how did you even know that that's what I was looking at or thinking? Like, it embodies everything that I thought of for my brand. It's kind of like having that moment every single time. Yes. But if I had to pick one, it would probably definitely be Amazon, because I was not expecting that. When the person reached out to me to ask me, could I design for this? I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just going to make this logo real quick and we're going to be good. Right. And then we were working with the event planner and she was like, I need badges for the attendees. I need badges for the speakers. I need the presentation deck. I need the lights. I need table tents. I need, what else? Airport signs. I need a step and repeat. I need the little flags that go in the walkway to walk us to the event. My logo that she made, she put it on a backpack.
Oh, wow.
She put it on a backpack.
Shout out to that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I never see my shit on no damn backpack.
So that was a proud moment.
Yes.
Because people walking around with it. The world can see it.
But I'm still in the conference like, I made it. I made that. I made everything. Everything in here I made.
So it sounds like you'd be so timid in front of these people. You're like, I did that shit. Right. But it's cute or whatever.
Right. That is definitely me. That is definitely me. And it's like, I'm trying to find the balance of talking my shit, but also still remaining humble, because that's important to me.
Always.
Like, I see too many people who get excited about the opportunities they have and they let their ego cause them to be in situations that can get them canceled. And I don't want to do that. Right. Like, I don't want to forget, like, I'm self-taught. I didn't go to school for this shit. Mm-hmm. I sat down and I said, I want to learn how to use Adobe InDesign. Mm-hmm. I want to know how to learn, I want to learn how to use Photoshop. I want to learn how to use Illustrator. Like, this is me fueling my learning so I can understand how to be a better designer.
Right.
And so for me, it's important for me to remember that, because I'm not trying to get somewhere and I'm charging people $10,000 for design projects, and then I'm acting like you can't even talk to me, you can't even see me, we can't even have conversations, because it's like I have to do that. I have to be warm enough, personable enough, inviting enough for people to trust me, to want to make whatever it is they're asking me to make. And I don't want to forget that.
Amen.
Thank
Amen.
you.
So, in your journey, so we talked about your background, right? A little bit about your childhood, your parenting, your passion, which is design.
Yes.
Your dancing.
Okay.
Shout out to Liquid Courage. Let's talk about influence.
Okay.
And you talked about the child wearing the backpack and your logo, and there's an imprint there. And so, what advice would you give someone that maybe in a similar situation as you, like being on the black and white side of the fence and wanting to pursue their passion? It could be in design or whatever the case may be. What advice would you give someone that's, in that position, tap into your inner child, and like, what would your adult version want to tell your child version?
Go talk to Black people.
You say good talk to Black
No, go talk to Black people.
Okay.
Go experience Black people. Because I think the hardest part was, like, obviously not obviously, because, I'm light-skinned, so I could be biracial, but I'm not. My mom and my dad are Black. My family's Black. We're African American. So I was able to be around African Americans, like, within my identity and my childhood, but that was my family, so it's different.
Right.
So it's like my family's automatically going to be a certain way, but there are Black people who are completely different from me and who act completely different from me, who have different experiences than I do. And those are the things that I want to know about. Like, I want to understand where Black people come from, what their experiences are, because it's helping me to understand the other side of the culture that I didn't get to experience because I grew up with white people and looking at and seeing things and hearing things about Black folks through a white lens.
Right.
And also, I think the other thing I would say is don't let people pigeonholed you to being a Black person who grew up in white spaces.
Pigeonhole you.
Yes. Because I think sometimes in the spaces that I've been in, I think that a lot of the times people tell me that I sound white or I sound suburban. Like, that's because they have an issue with me sounding the way that I sound.
Right.
And it's not necessarily me, because I don't know. Like, this is how I talk to me. I listen to myself talk. Hell, sometimes I talk to myself. So I know what I sound like.
Right.
But to other people to know this is how I sound.
Right.
But then you want to tell me that this is how I sound and I have no clue that's how I sound. It's like, what the fuck you tell me that for?
Right.
Like, what am I going to do? I can't really actually do anything about the way that I sound. Like, it's like growing up, I would say the one place I can think of that has like the heaviest accent outside of New Orleans is Boston. So to me, it's like telling somebody from Boston, like, you sound like you from Boston.
Right.
Duh. That's where I'm from. Like, that's how I'm going to sound. Like, what do you want me to do? And the reason I think about the Boston accent, because it sounds like it's something, especially like all I can think of is that the movie The Departed with Leonardo DiCaprio and what is that man's name? Matt Damon, and him having to have that Boston accent. It's like, how long did you sit somewhere and listen to that in order for you to have it? Yes, to sound like somebody from Boston. Right. And I always joke, you can tell someone's from Boston by the way that they say you, because it sounds like you. Yeah. It's like they don't finish the rest of it. So it's like, to me, when I hear that, that's what it makes me think of. Like, I can't control how I sound. Right. The only thing I can do is just keep talking. And so it took a while for me to get to that space of, I'm going to just keep talking. Yeah. And you can't tell me nothing else I ain't never heard before about how I sound. Right. Professional, suburban, white, Anglo-Saxon, I don't know, Becky, like, you're not gonna stop me from talking. This is how I sound. Right. Either you're gonna deal with it and like it and love it and get used to it, or you're gonna get the fuck on. I can't really change that.
Hey, I'm here for that.
Yeah.
So what is Jennifer? We're still here with Jennifer, y'all. I had a few more questions for her. What does Jennifer like to do in her downtime, her pastime? What does she love to do outside of graphic design, doing graphics in that lane? What, like a random fact someone would never suspect? What do you like to do in your downtime?
See, I don't need to drink at all because I was gonna say. Hold on. You asked me what I like to do in my downtime, and the first thing I'm gonna give you the first answer that pops into my head, which is eat and get high. But that's not very professional, and I'm on here trying to promote my brand, talking about I like to eat and get high, y'all. Please come, fill out the application to do work with me as I'm eating and getting high. But definitely,
Be yourself.
Definitely like to do that. Eating is awesome. I love to eat. Mine went somewhere else with that. Love to eat stuff. I probably it's getting worse. I was gonna say love to eat stuff I'm not supposed to eat. It's just getting worse. But I'm thinking about chicken fried steaks and mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese and greens and fried chicken and burgers and French fries.
Let the record show she didn't eat before coming on.
Right. So
and the liquor is not.
Not at all. So yes, I like to eat, and then I feel like being high helps me to be more creative being more focused. Yeah. And then sometimes, just depending on the situation, also to help me be more relaxed. Yeah. Because I think one of the things that I suffer from that I probably should go get diagnosed for, two things. It is ADHD and anxiety. Okay. I joke about having ADHD, and I probably shouldn't because I'm probably going to offend, ADHD America or the members of ADHD Anonymous.
She just made a whole organization.
It probably exists. You playing. These things exist.
But just a different acronym.
Yes, these things exist. So I'm not trying to offend people and be like, I have ADHD and I've never got diagnosed. Like, I'm not trying to make fun of that. Like, I know it's serious to have it. And some people it's worse than others. Yeah. But that's what being high helps with too. So I'm not all over the place and overthinking shit and being like, how do the white people say it? Being like squirrel. So I'm not like that when I'm trying to do shit. Yeah.
That's how they be.
Yeah. So I'm not doing shit like that. Okay. Other than that, I like to read. I like to listen to music. I do like to dance. I'm trying to get back into doing yoga because I want to be more flexible. I feel like my entire lifetime I've wanted to do the splits and I cannot. And so it's like a mission that I want to learn to do the splits before I die. Like I have to. And I'm not trying to do like them serious, like, what do they call the splits where it's both legs, like they're like side splits and middle splits, whatever. I'm not trying to do that because I feel like that is like harder than trying to do like the side split. So I was like, I'm just trying to get one leg down on the ground. Yes. And then, maybe learn to bounce up and down like once or twice and not totally completely fuck up my knees. Yeah. But at least do that and say, okay, I did that and I'm good. So trying to incorporate yoga into that, and then also trying to get back to meditating because I think as an introvert, I need that time to go inward so I can think about like, what am I doing with my life? I have a situation that's fucked up. How do I look at this? How do I fix this? What do I do to make it better? Just have time to really focus on that. Even though I know with meditating, like you're really not supposed to be thinking about shit. You're just supposed to let your mind be blank. So I don't know what to call the other thing that I'm talking about that I need to do, but I need to do both. I need to meditate and let my mind be blank, but I also need to sit and just think and not have to do shit. And it's like, to your point, being a co-parent right now, the setup that I have is they're with me for a week and then they're with their dad for a week. Okay. And so the week that they're not with me, it's like I'm trying to do as much as I can because the week that they are with me, like we got like a schedule and I'll be trying to keep it the best way that I can, especially because I'm not a morning person. I'm like, I want to get up at 10 a.m. every day. But having to take two people to school, I got to get up at 6. Gotcha. And then I got to get two people up, one who's okay with waking up and the other one who's like me. It's like, why are we awake? So
my last question would be, which perfect transition on that one. Still here with Jennifer, y'all. She's hanging in there. She babysitting.
I'm sorry.
No need to. All the ice and melted, child. Mm-hmm. Work-life balance. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk about that.
Why? Because you have not found that balance yet?
It's in progress. Because
I received that.
not only do I have a business, but I have a full-time job as an instructional designer.
I understand.
For a startup company that now wants to be corporate and moving from a startup to a corporate company.
Huge transition.
Yes. And a lot of the people there don't believe in structure.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And so because of that, I was fortunate enough to have a bigger role in the company where I'm responsible for making all of the learning and development content, which is something that I wanted to have like in my list of skill sets. Is I built an entire learning and development curriculum for a corporation.
Yes.
But in doing that, that means a lot of my day, especially since it's a global company, a lot of my day is spent in meetings. So because we have partners in India, the earliest that I can have meetings is 8:30. Okay. And then I'm having meetings from 8:30 to 2.
AM or PM?
PM, 8:30 to 2 p.m.
Okay.
Oh, no, hold on.
Oh, because
and sometimes at 8 p.m. and sometimes at 1:30 a.m. because it's 8 a.m. in India.
Wow.
Yes.
Shout out to time zone.
You're right. Man, they can go fuck themselves.
The time zones is just, this is a whole thing.
Yes. So having that and then trying to have a business and having children, trying to find the schedule so that I have time to take care of my kids, help them do homework, because homework is a bitch when you not trying to be in school like that. Mom is not good at math. She's spell, grammar, phonics, reading, but math, she failed college algebra, and then had to take it again. That's how bad at math I am. So we doing shapes and geometry, and I'd be like, I don't know. But what did your teacher say? What she say do? Okay, So homework, then they have to have projects.
Yeah.
And then me time, man time, design time.
Yeah.
Like it's all of that. And so for what I'm doing right now is I use an app called Notion for my business and for my personal life. Mm-hmm. And I try at the beginning of every week, I try to write down all of my to-dos so that there's somewhere where I can see them and I can refer back to them so that I'm not all over the place trying to figure out what I need to do for the day. I just saw a post this morning that said, if it's not in my calendar, I'm not doing it.
That's how I am.
That's another.
That's how I am.
If it's not in my calendar, it's more so I ain't gonna remember. So if I don't put it there, I'm not gonna be there. And you're gonna be like, where's Jennifer? Or Jennifer forgot because she got something else that she needs to do or could be doing.
Right.
So trying to remember to put things in my calendar, trying to put my to-do list in Notion, and then trying to make sure at this point, not let work burn me out. So what I told myself is at 3:30, work is done. I'm not doing nothing else for this job at 3:30. I'm not finna catch up on shit. If I missed it that day, it just got missed. But I'm not fixing to sit up there and be on my time trying to do stuff for people where I'm a person and I can get fired the next day because y'all decide that y'all want to lay off people or whatever reason. Yes. Texas is an at-will company. So if or not
at will state. I know what you mean.
Thank you.
I know what you mean.
Liquor. Thank you. So that, and so it's just like, y'all not finna burn me the fuck out. I got other stuff that I want to do.
Exactly.
I got people to take care of. I got a business that I'm trying to expand.
Exactly.
Y'all not finna fuck my shit up. So making sure that I don't do anything past 3:30, and then on the weeks that I don't have my kids, trying to be as focused on my business as possible, because basically from 4 to 9 when they're here, that's their time.
Right.
Dinner, because it's the meal between lunch and dinner, because the kids eat
dinner.
Yes. They eat lunch at 11, but it's not quite dinner time. So we come home, we have dinner. We do homework at 6. At 7 o'clock, it's dinner time. At 8 o'clock, it's bath time. At 9 o'clock, it's time to get in the motherfucking bed and leave me the fuck alone.
Yes. Give me my meat.
Yes.
Reclaiming my time.
Yes. Don't say nothing else to me. Get in this goddamn bed. Turn the lights off. All right, turn them off. I'm not here. Don't say nothing to me. Don't come out that room. Leave me alone.
Gotcha.
So that, but then also, if I can, every now and then, I'll try to squeeze in projects. Like I'll give myself like, okay, from 9 to 10, I can work on this. I think sometimes I'm like, I probably shouldn't. And I listen to my body. Like if my body says, I don't think we should work on this right now, I'm like, okay, cool. We're not going to work on it. We'll save it for the next day, or we'll save it for the next time that we don't have the kids. But that's the way that I'm trying to balance it as much as I can. Because what week was that? Was that last week or the week before last? No, it was week before last. Trying to make the last posters that I posted for Amazon. That week took me out.
I bet.
That week took me the fuck out. And I was like, I just want to lay here and make snow angels in my bed because I'm not getting up to do shit because I'm tired. My brain is tired. My brain melted down on me. It's like, can we stop designing? Like, are you done? Are you done? Because we can't do it anymore. I was like, no, we have to get this done. Like, we have to finish it. We have to finish it.
Right.
So yeah, that was a week that I really felt burnt out. But now trying to come back from that week, and because I still have clients, is, hey, what's the next thing that I need to work on? Hey, I'm still trying to build my brand so that people can see me. I got to work on that too. Yes. Hey, I want to build this brand. Let me go ahead and move forward with that. It's secret, but not a secret, but a secret. I'm getting ready to have my, she counted, but she didn't count, but she counted. She didn't count. Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm getting ready to hire my first employee.
Okay.
Yes. So that in itself is like,
it's exciting and scary. Yes. It's exciting and scary at the same time.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
Because I'm like, what you gonna do?
Right. Can you hold the same energy to relate to the customers the same way that I do?
Yes.
But it's also, I think the bigger part of that, and I know we're gonna wrap up after this. The bigger part of that is releasing control.
Yes.
That is your baby.
Yes.
Your company's your baby.
Oh, yes.
And then any employee, any contractor you bring on is an extension of you and your company.
Yes.
And so I understand the whole letting go and but we have to do that as entrepreneurs. We have to do that because there may be something that this person can contribute to the company, and you will stifle that growth if you try to control what they're trying to do. You know about people trying to control your creativity.
Yep.
And how that rubs you the wrong way.
Certainly.
So allowing someone else that same grace allows them to show you what they can do.
Yes.
So
the good thing is the person that I'm hiring, their design style is impeccable. Like, it looks exactly like how I design. So I'm excited about that. But to your point, it's, please don't fuck up my shit, because we gonna have a problem if you fuck up my shit. Like this my shit that I got on Instagram and said, you know what? I'm gonna put myself out here and call myself a designer.
Right.
Take care of my shit or we gonna have problems.
Right.
I don't have time for people to fuck up my shit. I don't like it. Yeah. That's a pet peeve of mine. You fuck up your own shit. Don't fuck up my shit.
Shout out to not fucking up. So Jennifer, thank you for coming on. Y'all make some noise for Jennifer. She did it, y'all. She was so scary. She was so scary. Jennifer, before we leave and conclude for the day or for this podcast, how can they follow you?
They can follow me at, I was like, what am I called now? I'm thinking about my email, the North Syndicate. And that's... Hey, give it to her. Yes, I had to.
They don't give it to you.
Jennifer?
They don't give it to you again.
Jennifer, how can they follow you?
They can follow me at the North Syndicate on Instagram, on Twitter. I don't think I changed the Facebook one yet. I think it's still Nicole Designs, but I was gonna say I don't know how many people fuck with Facebook like that anymore.
I mean, Facebook is still a thing. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
So you almost got cut. Good thing we at the end.
No, you'd be surprised.
And I mean, from an audience perspective. So it's like, let me pull it back. So to make it blanketed, so I don't get nobody in trouble. There are some social media platforms that feel and seem outdated and that you get a different type of audience from. Right. And so for me, I'm thinking about where is my audience at among all the platforms that we can choose from. Right. My audience may not be in a particular place. And so that's not a place that I'm willing to invest time into because I know that my audience isn't there. Gotcha. So that's more so what I meant. But, you know, no, you're good. You're regular good. Terms. Regular terms. It's the
Yeah, shout out to social media. And thank you again for coming on the show, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. It's been a pleasure having you again. It's about damn time, as Liz would say. Until next time, we're going to have you on it in future seasons and things. And because we want to hear back from you. We want you to pour into other people that's out here trying to do some things. You know? So, with that being said, we out, y'all. Thank y'all for joining.